Hello, hello, my friends. If you're here from the future, I hope the future is well, and so are you. Thank you all for watching. Today, we are rejoining the Dwarves of Kulva. And isn't this zoomed view so much better? So much less dirt. We still have a wall made of it, and some stuff to fill in here. But it's already looking better. That's the zoomed in view I was talking about last time, where it's like, it's half dirt. It's just sad. Even though we have so much smooth stone. That's where it starts me. Like, you're not finished. How's the hospital looking? There's less dwarves in the hospital than probably should be. I feel like the dwarves that have beast sickness should probably just hang out in the hospital. They'd rather be up here, apparently. Winded, cannot breathe, vision lost, ability to stand and grasp lost. Like, bro, you don't need to do an individual combat drill. You are clearly dying. Symmetric lanterns. I don't even know what to do for these dwarves. I'm about to look it up. This is just sad. Singeshud. Is there anything that I can do for them? Diagnosed with beast sickness. The amount of different games that Google tried to guess that it was. Dangerous, often incurable. They can infect others. They can contaminate others. I'm supposed to quarantine them, apparently. That may just be the AI picking up some weird stuff, but what? I have not encountered this before. Okay, no, it does look like some are and some aren't contagious, essentially, because they have the stuff on them. So when the dwarves go to pick up the fallen dwarves, or the injured dwarves, they end up with it on them. Wow, okay, so this is much worse than I thought. Does he have it on him? Because it'll say sometimes if they have stuff on them. Oh. He's got tears and vomit all over him. That's what he's got on him. Poor guy. Okay. I'm gonna keep an eye on him. What do you do now that you're, not in a squad? Clean self. Yeah, you probably should. They're moving very slowly. They don't have the stuff on them currently. So they shouldn't be infecting other dwarves with it. I could mark them with BS for beast sickness. Not to indicate that I think that they're full of it. Nope, they died. They didn't even make it. Why were they in there? Okay. So I guess because they were just holding still. This one, yeah, this one probably had it too. So this one, it makes them very nauseous and causes them to melt. Yeah, that it's about the best description I have for that. That is a horrifying creature. That's pretty bad right there. Now this right here is coated with its frozen extract. I think that's what caused the issues. So, as long as nobody touches this, we're good. I think I might try blocking off the area. Trick is, I need them to not try to run through it. See, it says no access. We do have this locked. Okay. So nobody can get there right now anyway. As long as there's not any of the frozen extract laying around the fort. In fact, can I check now that this guy's... Okay, he's so covered with vomit. Oh, wow. That's a horrible way to go. That's a really bad way to go. I'm feeling bad for these dwarves now. Yeah. They got a lot to deal with between the local legend and a forgotten beast made of glass that caused a sickness like that. Are these all kids of the same dwarves? Logum and Kivish. Logum and Kivish. Okay. Those two are, they're having a great time. She doesn't feel anything after seeing dead bodies, but she still feels, like, excited about learning to fight, so... She feels so good. She feels euphoric due to inebriation. She still feels things. Okay, that's a different Kivish. I just realized it's like, didn't it just say that a Kivish died? Oh, they're fighting down there. We can see more of the way down now, even though we didn't go down there. I wonder how many layers it gives access to. I've only seen these passages downwards give access to 2 layers of caverns, not 3. But it would be wild if it gave access to all of them. How injured are you? Spleen has been sutured. It's all pretty recent. 110. He's had 2 years to try to heal. No health problems, so like you can still move around all right, apparently. We'll give him a chance. We can keep trying for a while. It's cracking me up that certain doors are just staying messed up. I'm pretty pretty sure we've replaced the one in the tavern already. It is cool that doors can actually be destroyed now. Like, it's not just, oh, I closed a door. Now it is impassable. Still seems to make a good defense against gremlins. They are but little guys. Guy has a lot of scars. Anybody that sticks to something a moment longer than they have to is an idiot. He's pretty unhappy. What does he actually want? He becomes completely helpless in stressful situations, strengthening after being forced to drink vomit. He too was forced. He probably actually was forced. He actively avoids exciting or stressful situations after experiencing trauma. He's easily moved to mercy. He's prone to strong feelings of jealousy. He rarely feels discouraged. That's the only good thing. He rarely feels discouraged after a turnaround after being caught in the rain in 104. He has a sense of duty. That's probably the only reason that he's managing in the role. He needs to not be in a squad, to be real. He personally finds sacrifice to be one of the highest ideals. Finds the notion that one would persevere through adversity completely abhorrent. Finds the idea of fair dealing foolish and cheats when he finds it profitable. Believes it is important to conceal emotions and refrain from complaining. Has a negative view of those who exercise power over others due to suffering a major injury. Doesn't particularly respect commerce. So he formed that opinion because of the local legend, probably. Important to conceal emotions and refrain from complaining, and has a negative view of those who exercise power over others. Our local legend is powerful in a certain kind of way. Yeah, he actually seems like he might be happier if he wasn't in a squad. Unfettered after practicing a martial art, like, he does seem to like fighting, kind of. But he has some bad traits, especially for a militia captain. The Praised Mountains. Just gonna replace him. We won't mark him to not be allowed in squads, but I kind of want to see what he does. He feels insulted dwelling upon getting into an argument. That's his first action. Oh, he had a bath. Yeah. Hopefully he'll have more time to visit with friends and such. He's a plant gatherer, so he'll have work. Always plant gathering to do. Okay, we're definitely ash is being made. Like, more ash was made. The lie they're finally putting down. What are you doing? You making more? Okay, so they only want to put it in the buckets. Ah, there. They actually do have some rock pots with it as well. Don't know how they're deciding what to put it in. But they can have both. They can have both. Oh, ash logs. It didn't actually mean ash. Wood ash. I'm looking this up. bar/block stockpile, it's saying. Ash. Okay. Apparently it's a bar. Fair enough. Oh boy. Toy hammers. Okay. That's fine. They're doing a lot there. How many do we have? Okay, let's just make a whole bunch. Because we can't decide what kind they're making. I mean, actually, could we? No, we don't have that thing. I'm gonna change all of these numbers because it seems that we just are not producing enough clothing. I was hoping... Oops. That just made it infinite. That was kind of wild. I was hoping that we'd catch up with it, essentially, over time. But that does not seem to be happening fast enough. Still cloth production, huh? We have a lot of yarn. Sazir Ultar. I don't know how to pronounce it, but I'm trying to get it close enough that I can recognize the spelling. What else does he have assigned? Mining. We have him only doing assigned tasks. So he should be pretty efficient. Let's see why he's taken so long. Even though martial training is listed as an unmet need, he didn't feel anything after being unable to practice a martial art for too long. I'm happy with that, considering we really do want him on task. Things are slowing down a little. We have too many animals, frankly. Keeps walking over towards the stairs. Confusing dwarven behavior. Okay. Okay, we have a bit of an animal problem. I'm willing to admit this at this point. I wonder, is there a stockpile option for, like, rotten meat? We'll just pile more of that up over here. Where the enemies like to show up. Do we have to manually throw away the rotten stuff? That would be really annoying. What happens if we put piles of meat just outside? What kind of creatures would we attract? I think we just kind of need somebody to trade with us, and we need to give them a whole bunch of this. This is a long list. This is a very long list. No, they are going through the animals. It's a little bit slow. It had to happen eventually. Had to happen eventually. This is a ridiculous amount of animals, to be fair. I think we could do without guinea pigs. I think they're part of the problem. They're breeding very fast. A lot of these we really don't need. In fact, most of them we're keeping around because they're kind of just fun. We have a black bear cub. Do we have a grizzly bear cub? Wow, even more pigs. This is the problem. This is the problem. See? These guys, I think we can do without. This is horrible. It's horrific. But it needs to happen. I'm looking at the rabbits next as well. And these donkeys, what? I guess I have a soft spot for them. I've let so many live. This is why we have random mules as well. Some of them were probably brought in, but not all of them. Okay, no grizzly bear babes yet. Alright, so yeah, it's gonna take a minute for them to go through that many animals. We could give them another zone to be doing it, but then they're hauling things even further. Unless we connect these areas. But that's just another way into the fort. Speaking of which, this area here would be good to turn into stone. There's lots of things that I put off over time in a fort like this. Siege update is definitely reminding me that I have a habit of this. We're far enough along in this that I'm noticing this temptation in myself to just try to start again. You know, like, this became the capital city faster than I wanted. We could just take some dwarves and leave. Like, wait for the local legend to get old enough and then have them start a fort that branches off of this one. And then we could start there. Then she might kill them. Start with 7 dwarves, end up with just her. You know? Okay, they've filled in that area. It's this layer that's lagging as well. Oh my. We will fix it. We will fix it. Which will just take some time. We've got a bunch of lye there now. See, it still doesn't count. I wonder if it's, like, they need to build up enough in the buckets that they can pour it into here. Because these have, like, 3 stacks of it. So what counts as 10, I wonder? Why are you stressed? What's going on with you? Probably the local legend. Eventually, we will make soap. I'm gonna let them flatten all this out. It's like we're getting some interesting stones. Yes, some jet out of this. We will make some pretty blocks. What I've learned from this fort, at the very least, because I haven't gotten into soap production very much, I would love to have the soap production on the same level as where the fat's being rendered, because that seems to be a bit of a hitch. It looks like they're supposed to be rendering fat right now. And they've got some tallow there. And now what happens to it? Because they've certainly got it. And they need it downstairs. Okay, so the buckets just hold the one of the lye. These, they're only storing 3 in. A change of shift. A miners' guild has been established. That's gonna be an interesting guild hall. Not sure what I could put in there. Okay, we are getting shells here again. Who's fighting? Akia? Okay. Y'all can fight a bird. Goodbye, bird. Why is he swimming? Bro, what are you doing? Can you swim? I haven't seen them swim on their own like that. We could certainly just have multiple taverns. Could have one next to the hospital, perhaps. We've been filling up this hospital. We may want to expand it at some point, but again, we could just make another hospital instead. If we put a little tavern, or at least a dining hall, on the crafting layer, that might help our dwarves. How do I do this in a way that isn't absolutely horrible for security? Like, they're just gonna break in the barn if that's the easiest place to break in. I'll make this room first. Because if the butcher is just on the other side of this, then that's going to be so much faster for pulling these animals in. And then this one up here can deal with the birds mostly. It's a random bolt down here. Someone hunting our animals. Oh boy. She's fighting a pig? She's fighting a pig. Poor thing. Bruising the right lung. Wow. Yeah, she is going to be great against the goblins, but right now, you should be ashamed. You started a fist fight with a pig. Disgusted drinking nasty water. Annoyed after drinking water without a well. Why are you drinking water without a well? We have a full well. Is there puke in the well? I did not foresee a need to drain the well. But maybe I will design it that way in the future. If that's gonna be a problem. Did she go? She went up towards the bar to start a bar fight, then ended up going back down the stairs. She's still rampaging? Oh no, she calmed down. Good for us. Vengeful when joining an existing conflict. Everyone knows who it was. And I'm not gonna argue with them either. I don't even need to do an interview. It straight up told us that it was her. We gotta wait for that other one to show back up in town. They'll probably show up under a different name anyway. Guy's still fighting for his life. We're down to 9 very unhappy dwarves though, at least. Hasn't messed with us too much. That's kind of what I'm thinking. Hunter has been found dead. Okay. Someone didn't make it. I wonder if that counted as another of her kills. Guy went out and picked a random fight with a cappy. Ah, poor things. You know what? I'm probably not actually gonna use this part of it. There's no reason we couldn't have it stretch out into this area. And then we have a nice, like, stockpile area. This could even be the butcher's hall. I don't know if we have a guild hall for butchers yet. Yeah, we have one for fishery workers and such. I'll just make this a nice little guild hall for them. Like a speech bubble. Speech bubble. For now, it doesn't actually matter what it's made of. Eventually, we will want to upgrade it to reinforce stuff, though. Patient not resting. Common problem with these dwarves. Alright, so cutting down this tree, kind of a risky move. I'll wait till I have more blocks for that. I'm gonna wait to open this up. And on this side, let's see, how far down does this go? We can go this way for a little while, it looks like. And we still have a layer above us. Yeah, see? Now the Miners Guild wants a hole. Nobody's actually visiting these areas, it feels like. Human caravan, awesome. We can sell a bunch of stuff to them. A bunch of stuff. In fact, I'm gonna give them so much meat. Even though it's not worth very much, just selling it as meat before we've cooked it. It's worth more to me to be able to get it out of here, currently. We will give them some prepared food. Yeah, this is mostly about clearing out the meat barrels and pots of meat that will just smell up the place eventually. Spice pots are worth quite a bit. Wonder how much of this value is... I think it's mostly the value of the pot that's causing the price to fluctuate there. The meat actually does not seem to be worth much on its own. Probably because they struggle to get it back in time. We've likely got a distance to travel. look at all our books. It's awesome. Alright, do we have any broken stuff for them? Certainly do. It'd be good to get rid of all this. Whew. Very messed up loincloth, but they'll still take it. The humans are a little freaky. Okay, so like shirts, like tunics count. Even the silk ones count as armor in this menu. Alright, none of those worn out. We'll bring them some bone crafts, just in case they have some good stuff we want. Yeah, is there anything I want to give them in bins? Wow, look at the value there. That is probably one of the bins full of artifacts. Worth at least seeing if we're willing to sell those. Not sure what kind of finished goods they are, though. Alright, and we'll make it so that everybody can carry stuff just in case they find something they like. Gotta scooch it over by one. I always forget the shared walls are an annoyance. See, I think I was making a special room in here where I wanted to put at least one pedestal. Let's make it a nice one. We'll smooth things out a little. Special treasure room. We probably are going to want to make it made out of reinforced stone and such if it's going to be a super special room. yeah, see, they're bringing the multiple wagons too. Should clear out some space for them to keep crafting. Alright, yeah, we've got our ash here. Bunch of lye, but we do not have the tallow down here yet. That is why I'm putting this over here. I'm hoping that that'll be a bit easier for them. I like that you can actually see them empty the wagons. Longland beer. Yes, we will buy lots of more barrels and such from them. Fisher berries we need to not be cooking with if we can make drink with it. We still have vastly more food than we have drink, so just gonna keep going through here for this every now and then. See, they're cooking with the blueberry wine. That's why we don't have any drink. Oh. One of our disabled dwarves has been taken by a fey mood. Who's puking? Someone puked underneath the wagon. Alright, we want them to take all of this, even if we're overpaying them. Oh, there's even more broken clothes in this bin. It's full of mugs. It's got a water skin. It does have stuff that I don't want to sell in it as well. I'll pick through a little bit. A little bit. Sell some of the broken clothes. See, this looks like bone crafts. Yes, we will sell that one whole. Bone crafts? Is it actually just bone crafts? Yes. Okay. Perfect. We'll have to make sure to actually get plenty of stuff from them. Otherwise, they may take the wrong message from our overpaying them. Ah, there's scroll rollers in this one, as well as broken clothes. I'll pick through, but if it starts to stretch out to a ridiculous amount of time, then I will not. Silk quiver I haven't seen before. That's a bunch of stuff we want to keep. This one, bone crafts. Yeah, this one looks like bone crafts. Yeah. Entirely bone crafts. Entirely bone crafts. This one, mixed bag. And see, this is all stuff that I want them to take. Like, please, take it out of the fort. It needs to not be taking up space. Including all of the bone crafts. The bone crafts are literally made of stuff that we would have just thrown away otherwise. And it helped our dwarves be more skillful and feel happy about that. Multitasking. It's just the bins that make this annoying, but also they're really quite useful for storage. If you don't want to use a quantum stockpile, then gotta deal with other annoyances. Alright, I don't want to pick through all of that as well. I want to get down to all the clothes that we actually have sorted out, all of the random meat that we need them to take. We'll take all of the bars, we'll take all of the gems. Look at the trader profit, we actually need to do this. We gotta get something out of this. I'll take more instruments. Every temple can have many instruments. We'll have to assign some performers. That might get people in there. A one-humped camel. They got a slug cage. They know we like the weird stuff. I can't have any more. I'm sorry, guys. I gotta limit myself. Sorry, humans. I will take all of the barrels, though, and all of the buckets. Why not? We need them. We got some interesting weapons. I'll take a silver morning star. Now we're not going to be able to wear their armor or their clothing. They don't have nice enough shields for us. Take a bunch of random bags. We'll take bolts. Oh! Finally actually have the right amount of value. Let's try trading. Yes, wonderful. I'm happy with that. No more trading required. Okay, they're working on the mining hall. This music, so good. I will never get past how good the music is in this game. Apparently they don't have term limits because that person has been reelected every time, I'm pretty sure. Oh, we almost got this stockpile down. Let's add more area to it. Oh, there is some turquoise up here. That's nice. More pretty rocks for the doors. They're still very angry. Don't know if we're going to get a baby bear out of that. You must designate a dungeon before this restraint will be used for imprisonment. That's not the kind of imprisonment I planned for it. I love how covered in silk this is. I'm mad that there's a dead spider there, though. Cat's still wreaking havoc. Did somebody leave a random splint down here? I could swear I just scrolled past one. Yeah. Random rib splint. Local legend throwing a tantrum. Hopefully she's just throwing something this time. Sometimes just throwing something embarrasses her enough that she calms it down. Alright, and it is the Miners Guild, so let me just outline that while I remember it. We'll accept it. And it's right at the top. Yep, agreed to build Guildhall. So that needs more value, but that'll happen pretty fast with smoothing things out, and if that fails, then the engravings should bring it up enough. Oh, Stotho again. That guy's still going. Seriously injured. Ability to stand somewhat impaired. Motor nerve damage. Did the local legend get to it? Its lower body is cut open. Its lower body is dented. Lower body bruised. Right rear foot cut open. Dented. Left front leg cut open. Left front leg dented. Right front foot cut open and cut open? No, left and right foot. Right front leg and right cheek. So it got pretty messed up. It's got a poisonous bite, though. Actually, that's gonna be less bad, probably, than the thing we already fought. Frozen extract really messed the dwarves up. Hey, they actually put the cheese up. This is why I never get the top floor done. I start filling it in and then I'm like, but what if I did this down here? And of course, because it makes the fort less secure, you gotta do it in a specific way. We're in early summer. No, it's ambitious to open that up this early. If they raid at the wrong time in building it, it's a bad time. It's a bad time, especially with as many injured dwarves as we have. Speaking of which, just gonna make sure. Yeah, see, we're missing people in the golds of drink. That one seems to be one that's just shown up with some migrants. They weren't assigned to anything. Okay, basically none of these. I think I took him off of it for a reason. Plant gatherer. Queen, we do not want in a squad. Is administrator, are they an actual administrator? Or does it just say they are? Yeah, I think that just says they are. Spard could. We don't have it marked that they can't. At the very least. Leather worker will work. That one we had just started. Alright, that fills in some of the gaps at the very least. We'll look through again at some point. Just do it a bit at a time so that I don't get bored with any one thing. Oh. I can't flatten the stone underneath it because they placed it before they flattened it. Pick it up. Get to work. What is this? A capybara pub. Let's put this up in the training area. Okay, we have quite a few of them now. They seem to wander onto the map fairly frequently. There's a pup somewhere. Where's the baby? Where is the baby? I've been watching that arc in Lost. Just hearing Claire like, ah. Okay, they are actually storing stuff in those areas. Starting to spread out the food and drink a little bit. I'm gonna check on whether they're using the wrong stuff to make food out of again. They like grapes, bilberries. Wine, sewer brew. Actually, don't blame them for that one. How's this doing down here? Still no tallow? See, it still doesn't consider there to be enough lye-containing items. Nor tallow. What if this is just glitched? What if I just... Let's just do that. It should show up over here. If they can't. Uh-oh. They finally went through it all. Okay, we will make a little bit of charcoal so that they can get that started again. Don't think I've spent much time putting work orders on these stations because generally I just kind of keep continuous orders on it. Like I want it to constantly be making it. So that's them making charcoal, which should get this started. Okay, so they are missing the tallow. $150 unrotten glob. That's what they need. We'll just keep that there. And we'll see. Eventually they may build up enough stuff for it. Okay, they are putting more than 3 in there now. Hey, they're getting faster with the blocks again. Looks like we're out of stuff up here. Got some fisher berries. No rope reeds. We will need them. Making more of that. Trade is the lifeblood of a thriving society. Well, we're certainly doing enough of it. Let's see. Bookkeeper. Stocks amount display all counts accurate. Bookkeeper has done enough work to attain highest precision. What is the messenger, I wonder? I feel like that's almost certainly to do with the siege update. Alright, that's filling in nicely. Where are they keeping all of the stones that I would like them to be keeping upstairs? The limestone, I don't actually want them using for crafting. No, they are storing some of it here. Just have enough metals up here. Oh, yeah. Today I just kind of wanted a chill day. Dwarf Fortress tends to achieve that for me. Even though our dwarves are not having the most calm of times. Let's just have them make 10. We'll have like 12 of it. This is the problem with not having the magma yet. We've got enough jet. Between the jet and the dolomite, we're good. We're good. It looks a little funny for now, but that is fine. Got lots of wood, I'm just gonna make it out of wood. The value has certainly not been reached yet, otherwise we would have seen a notification. Yeah. These engravings should do it. We have some good engravers in this fort. I'm gonna take down this tree. We may lose a few animals. Not sure. Can't really get them to not cluster around it. I can't really see what's going on beneath it though. And it's gonna stop us from completing our barn. So the oak tree has to go. She still thinks this isn't high enough value with all that stuff in there. Spoiled ass queen. We'll give her some engravings too. These honey badgers, I don't think they're feeling it. I really don't. How's our local legend doing? Is she an adult yet? No, still a kid. The next tantrum is surely on the horizon. Apparently there was a vomit problem again. Feels that those who attempt to conceal their emotions are vain and foolish. I think that's about the same thing that she thought before. Why are they all playing in this area? Surgeon's hanging out here. Maybe it's just an area where children are supervised. This is the daycare. She has an incredibly calm demeanor, strengthening after seeing a goblin's dead body and went away. They all make different things of what they see. pot is full of fat. Like, are they just not putting the rendered fat anywhere? I'm gonna make this stockpile ultra tiny and make it so that they can put tallow here, so that they have a place to store it here. See if that helps us any. So the only place they can store it right now is downstairs, which if they need to like bottle it up first, and they can't do that on the workstation for some reason, might be an issue. They're supposed to be rendering fat next, so we'll see soon enough. I'm gonna have this cooking station just rendering fat. I'll have meat there. We will have fat here. Actually, we'll move this over here. We'll have the forward one be tallow. I don't know, I'll start it small because we don't have much right now. And I don't know how fast it will build up if we've got it set up in an ideal way. Don't know if they're actually going to step aside to let me do it, but we'll see. I think I'm gonna make another bridge and lever door for this one. They're still making lie. Suspended construction of the wall. Yep. There's several animals stacked on top of it. Just shoo them away. Shoo them away. I love the portraits now. Okay, those things are actually kind of adorable, but we need to get rid of them. There's too many. Creature occupying site, indeed. They are rendering the fat down here. Why are they doing it down here? Is there a work order to do that? Like standing order? Automate kitchen, maybe. Rendered fat barrel. Okay, they are storing the tallow there now. What about up here? It's still not. See, they did that way faster in the actual room that I decided to make the butchers. Alright, we've got it building. We need to start preparing a kill zone for Double L. You're right. Up here, I feel like we could definitely turn into the kill zone. Just have archers up here as cover. So nobody's gonna want to fight near Double L. We'll just do a double layer of doors. Twice to need to batter ram through. They refuse to build this. There's too many animals stacked on it. The animals refuse to move. It's a whole situation. Okay, what if you guys aren't allowed in this zone? So the dwarves are obligated to move you off of that zone. More migrants. All right, we've got more people for the local legend to train on. We'll make this one out of iron. And then we can have a lever in here. Somewhere. There's the lever. Yes, we can attach that lever to this bridge, and then the bridge acts as a big old door. Barn door. Eventually, they'll be able to fill in that blah. Someday. Because that little area they aren't allowed in, so the doors should be taking them out of there. I'm about to change the zone entirely. So we need to finish building this. You all clear out. You sit somewhere else. Oh, they're going through the fort. They're like, we're out of here. Alright, then let us build this. How are we doing over here? Oh wow, the engravings weren't worth enough. This is a surprise. What else can we add to a mining guild? I guess we're going to want a pedestal because they would probably display some of the cool rocks they found. Stuff like that. Oh boy. Local legend added again. In the staircase this time. She's pushing people down the stairs. The gem cutter. They've already suspended the construction again. It looks like less things trying to linger on it, though. She really doesn't want the community to make a, we get a few migrants and she shoves someone down the stairs. Somebody left their loincloth in the place we were gonna put that lever. Like, I get it, guys. We need to be making more clothing, but... I think we can hit all their... as long as we have the right materials selected. I'm just gonna hit all. So that we're not restricting what we're putting on there as long as it's not made of metal. And usable. We don't want the broken clothes on there. Yeah, there's a few pieces of clothing that could be picked up here that haven't been. That's probably why things are starting to get left everywhere, though. When they pick up fresh clothing, they kind of just drop what they had. We want to link it to this. And we want to dispose of the loincloth. I know somebody still owns it. Just get rid of it. We've got some tallow there. Have we managed to... We making some soap! We made horse soap! Could be a fear of not lingering somewhere too long because of double L. Yeah, true. Can't stay anywhere too long. For some reason, the children are hanging out in the hospital as well. This kid has 9 pets. Another cat whisperer. She didn't feel anything after interacting with a pet. Oh. She enjoys a lot of things still, though. Impervious to the effects of stress. Does not easily hate or develop negative feelings. Likes a little excitement every now and then. Not particularly interested in what others think of him. He's taken some good stuff from shitty stuff that's happened to him so far. What does he like? Does he like cats? Cats for their aloofness. The dwarves that like cats end up making friends with them the easiest. The children are like, we aren't afraid of monsters. We're afraid of double L, looking at the older child. Like, oh, that's not a role model. That's a ghost story. Alright, yeah, it feels like this is working much better, but we're going to want somewhere to be cooking stuff right nearby as well. We've finally got some soap, though, which means the hospital should be improved. I wonder if they'll actually use it for taking baths there. Yeah, he grabbed it. Did you see that? He content after a soapy bath. They like the soap. What will we do if she spawns minions? I hadn't considered that. What if she starts a cult? I was contemplating what it would look like to start another civilization with her, but I decided that she might just kill the rest of them. I'm gonna add a little bit more to the well. It's late summer. I don't want to forget before wintertime. Maybe being queen will temper her. Someone just went mad. I think that's the one that went into a fey mood. We've been trying to supply just about anything that they could want to build with, though, so... If they were still missing it, I'm not sure what we could have done for them. Yeah, if local legend, if she wants to be the queen, then she actually does have to dethrone this one, probably. I don't know what that looks like in this civilization. She might be able to just kill her. You know? She certainly made an attempt before. She is the one who killed the king consort. She killed the queen's boy toy. Alright, they can go back in the barn now. If they would like. Why is it red? A dwarven child Why are you in the well? Oh shit, I forgot. Oh no. I got distracted for a second, man. Okay. When was my last save? Guys, get away from the well. I have made a mistake. Alright, it's no longer pumping. They're opening the door and it's letting water out. Why are you in there still? Kids? They're playing in the water. You know what we could do? Let's remove that door so that it can flow out and kind of spread out. That area is already basically dirt. We caught it in time. That door's open now, so it's spreading in that hallway. We definitely want usage of our hospital, though. Once it gets down to just one like that, it will just turn into mud. So we'll have a bit of a muddy hospital now. And we're a dwarf short. Poor kid. Poor kid. Oh no, 2 dwarves short. Okay, so they slid in when it overflowed. Because we saw all of the dwarves hanging out around it. This is why you don't get distracted when you're putting water in the well. That is my bad. Now, the biggest problem here is that we have 2 dead dwarves in a well that I haven't designed draining into. It's really not good. It's really not the best, but you know what I could do? Is we need to clear out this aquifer above here anyway. Something I can do is I can create that drainage solution. Oh, how am I gonna do this? We need to get the water out of the well without drowning more dwarves. I gotta think that through. We could just let our dwarves drink the water. It's pretty gross. It's pretty gross. But we could just let them drink the water. They're probably gonna think it's nasty. Like, there's gotta be like a miasma coming out of it at a certain point. Oh, do I want to reverse all this progress? 'Cause I don't know. Fuck it. That was a really messed up thing to happen. I'm thinking I might. I might reverse progress there. Because it's definitely, it has to have made me save during this whole time. Oh no, don't drink out of there, guys. That's really gross. Yo. I'm hoping it's not too far back. But we'll see. We'll see. If it's all the way back to the beginning of today's progress, then I'm gonna be kind of sad. But also, we didn't get a huge amount done. Like, a lot of it was just figuring out what I wanted to do. Yeah. Late spring, it's pretty early on. It's pretty early on. But as many dwarves as we've lost to the local legend, losing them to a stupid mistake like that, like I looked away while they were filling the well, I'm less okay with that than I am just reversing the progress. So I am probably gonna stop there for now, because I'm at my 2 hours and I just reversed 2 hours worth of work. Today was interesting. Didn't go quite as planned and was very quiet here. At least I know what I want to do next time. Because I designed a nice little room here. Oh, no, I've never done that before, and that was so stupid. It was such a stupid way to lose 2 dwarves. And I was just saying, like, oh, that's kind of cute how they're all gathered around there. Oh, yeah. These dwarves are lucky. Armok has taken mercy on them. I've decided to save 2 dwarves. 2 dwarves, just like a dwarf child and I think an adult dwarf. Yeah, I have 358.8 hours in this fucking game. I have nearly 400 hours in this game. But there is so much to it. This game has a crazy learning curve. There's all kinds of things that you can just forget. Some of that is just because of how I designed the well. I designed it in kind of a lazy way. Doesn't even have a way to drain it. Saves 2 dwarves from water, loses half the colony to 1 problem child. See, I'm not okay with the well incident being canon. But I am okay with the local legend just wreaking havoc on the colony. That's fine. That's within the universe. That the well incident. That shouldn't have happened. You know? It just shouldn't have happened. We probably saved a few dwarves from our local legend by reloading too. We'll see. Well, thank you for joining me today. We learned something, for sure. That's always the goal, isn't it? Just learn something. And yeah, it's always a good time gaming with you. Thank you for joining me. I hope you have a lovely rest of your day and don't have to reverse 2 hours of progress. Have a very merry time zone, friends. We learned not to play with water. Fire's fine, though.